Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be talking about the best study techniques in the month of Ramadan or in Ramzan. So the month of Ramadan is a month in which Muslims are expected to fast from sunrise to sunset. And after sunset, we have a meal to open our fast called the iftar. Then we have a period of time until which in the morning we have suhoor or sehri. And then in that time we have another meal just before sunrise. So during that month, it might be hard for some of you as students to keep up your revision, especially as nowadays Ramzan is near the month of kind of many exams that we do. I'm here to help you with those kind of study techniques that will help you get the best grades while still fasting for Ramadan. So this video is going to be split into two different sections. There'll be an after sehri and a before iftar, essentially a during sunrise kind of part, all in the same video. Then the second part is going to be after iftar all the way to sehri, so after sundown in the evening, late at night. There'll be tips in those sections, and all the sections will be linked down below in the with timestamp. Hopefully these study techniques help you. Also watch till the very end of the video for the best tip in my opinion. Hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so the first part is sunrise. So essentially in the day, what are some tips that you can use to keep you studying and to help you gain the best grades possible? The first tip I suggest is find a suitable time to revise. So your old kind of study plan may not work as well because you'll be hungry, you won't really study for as long periods of time. Find suitable times to revise. In my opinion, the best time is probably perhaps to revise some in the afternoon, midday, or in the morning. It really depends on what the best times are for you. The next tip I have is take regular breaks. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, breaks are really essential to just general studying, even when it's not Ramzan. So I suggest when it is Ramzan, try and kind of utilize those breaks better. So if you're tired during your study session of maybe an hour, take a break at 45 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe at 30 minutes if you don't feel well. When you take a break, you'll feel better after having rested for a while, and the things that you've memorized will stick in your head for longer. So that's why I suggest taking better breaks and overall kind of not overexerting yourself during Ramadan. So the third tip I have is stay active. Now, many of you might be, this is completely contradictory to actually, because during Ramzan, people don't often do as many activities because they feel tired, perhaps if they go to the gym, swim, or... So some of you might be like, this is completely contradictory. Like, some people honestly cannot, for the life of them, stay active during Ramzan, and I think I am one of them because I often feel really tired and just cannot really do things. So, but what I mean with this tip is by staying active, don't always just stay on the couch. Kind of walk around for a bit if you feel tired, or perhaps get a bit of fresh air, go outside for 10 minutes, and it will really help you revise better during the daytime. My next tip is keep up the daily washing. So essentially, not washing dishes or anything like that. When you do feel kind of tired, splash yourself with water. It's kind of the same tip that children often use at sleepovers to stay up longer. So it really does help if you splash yourself with water. Obviously, don't drink the water, you're fasting. But if you do splash yourself with water, you'll be more energized and probably revise better. The next tip after that is to plan ahead. So if you can, in daytime when you aren't really revising, try and plan your revision for either the evening or the next day, because it will help you understand after a few days of fasting when the best time is for you to revise, and you can always pre-plan so you won't have to think about what to do when you are revising and kind of lose that time in which you are productive. Another tip after that is keep your study desk clean. So wherever you're studying, keep it clean. Try not to make it messy, because then when you do tidy it up, once again, you'll probably feel quite tired. So keep that area nice and neat. Once you've revised a subject, go back, put those books away, grab the new ones for your next subject, and try not to kind of have pens all over, as some of you usually might have on your desk. I certainly, when I'm kind of revising, I'm quite messy, so this is a tip that I myself probably will try and get better at. Another really good tip that I've researched is try and find a good sleeping pattern. In Ramadan, people have to get up in the middle, before sunrise, so 3-4 o'clock to eat for sehri or suhoor, and that might for some of you disrupt your sleeping patterns, but really what you can do is just make up for sleeping time afterwards, especially in the holidays. So let's say if after study you find the best time is to revise, stay up for an hour, revise, and then straight after, don't read, don't go on your phone, just go back to sleep. Try and sleep for a good long amount of time and then wake up later if it's the holidays. But for example, if it's school days, if you're like me and you go to a secondary school and you're fasting, don't stay up long after study. Eat your food, then kind of wait for it to digest for 5-10 minutes and then go to sleep. Don't try and study in that time, especially because you'll feel really tired at school and won't really feel active for actually when you're learning topics. So that's something you should do, kind of regulate your sleeping pattern. A next tip is revise with friends. So often when you revise with friends who are fasting, or even friends who aren't fasting, it will keep you energized when you talk to them, and you'll have more motivation to study because you're all talking with each other. And this is a great tip, especially for when you're in the holidays, or perhaps revising together in the library at school, maybe sometimes, whatever you want to do. But revising with friends is really a good way of kind of keeping up your productivity while fasting, as you'll feel more energized when you're with your friends. The last tip for kind of the sunrise part is take it easy. In Ramadan, some people are quite significantly less energized than they usually are after not eating. So I certainly think that if you take it easier, you'll feel better up till iftar, and try not to overexert yourself as some people usually do. Try not to burn out essentially. Let's now move on to after iftar and until suhoor or sehri and what you can do in that time. Okay, so after iftar, you've had some good food. What you want to do is have healthy food. So try not to kind of gorge on the greasy, full fat food, or perhaps lots of chocolate, sweets, or anything like that. Try and have good food. For example, in our household, we often eat things like biryani, pulao, and salan, roti. So those are all kind of nutritious foods that really help me kind of stay energized. And if you eat more fatty foods, you'll have that, once again, sugar rush, and then you'll kind of break down, and overall it's just generally not good for you to eat so many fatty foods. So yeah, try and kind of tone it down, eat more healthy. It will certainly help you longer. The next thing you should do is try and get into a routine. Similar how you should do this during the day, try and perhaps after eating iftar, get into a routine. After praying, after eating iftar, go upstairs, go to your study area, wherever you study, and just revise for a bit. Revise those concepts that you find hard, that you didn't really want to revise in the daytime. Just try and keep that routine up after iftar, because it will definitely help you get better results and stay productive. The next thing is stay hydrated. So you haven't had water for the entire day, try and stay hydrated. Keep a glass of water on your desk when you're studying. Keep up that water intake that you couldn't have had during the day. The last tip I have is eat slowly. So as much as you want to kind of eat quickly, I generally find that if I eat quickly and drink loads of drinks instead of water, I fill up quite fast, and within 5-10 minutes I don't really want food. This is a research tip that if you eat slowly, apparently eating slowly is best for you. You'll digest better, and overall you won't feel full as quickly, and you'll have more food in you for when you actually do revise. Same thing goes with hydration. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Hope these tips help you. It's kind of a nice kind of sit down video, and I personally think these tips will help you. And now moving on to the last tip that I have, which I personally think is the best tip. So when you are revising, or when you are productive, whatever, even before and after, what you'll want to do is make a dua. So make dua to, for example, when you're revising, before revising, after revising, when you're praying, as it will help you. I'll link some duas down below that I find are really good for studying and just generally keeping productive, and it will definitely help you. There are definitely proven results after these duas that they'll help you. So I strongly urge you to kind of read them, use them, utilize them, and hopefully you'll get the best grades you can get during Ramzan. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you get the best grades possible during Ramzan, and also get the rewards for fasting. So these are some tips for studying during Ramzan. Hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you have a blessed Ramzan. Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. Bye for now.